value-based approach.
Yeah, exactly, but never really called out as
never
such.
called out as such. It's always incorporated in.
I think it would be interesting to sort of take a more Patois approach to monuments as well. And then, of course, not necessarily from a technical, but more from a valuation point of view.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's that.
But that is already being done from a valuation point of view.
Yeah, I know, but
but not as such.
No,
like,
exactly.
At least
And I do
maybe
think that. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the ideological points that this game makes about farmers, workers, artisans, etc. But I do think it sort of is an example of this Pen Patois on an industrial scale. So on sort of like a society producing objects, and an objects producing society, basically. That is, and aside from that, games are often. I mean, this is not the only game that does that, of course. There are lots of games that are about this. We advance technology, we advance society. We advance society, therefore we get these types of sort of games. I mean, there's plenty of them. Often building games as well.
See you later, Aris.
Alright.
Thanks for dropping by.
Aris is going to Le Beau.
Nice. We're stuck in Leiden.
We're stuck in Leiden.
But
we're not stuck in Leiden.
It's a good day.
We're stuck in New Leiden. We're not even stuck in New Leiden anymore. We're actually already in also active in what do you call it? Les Amis.
I still find it strange that I can't. You can always.
Oh, try it one more time. It does seem like you can, huh? He just doesn't want to do it.
No, but that's very, 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 very strange. It is here.
I think we've seen everything there is to see.
I will look this up. Anno, change settlement name. How do I rename? Oh, 88, not 1404.
No, 1800.
1404. What sort of? Oh wait, you told me that the running gag is with every Anno game, it has to be 9. I was like, what happened in 1404 that is so damn important? But I don't think. Well, I'm gonna look it up later. But Anno 1800 is simply because then you still end up having 9.
Yeah.
Which is also why they can never ever make a game about the 20th century. It's not possible. They can.
Well, they do this sometimes because they made 2700 or something, and it is a combination of
2700.
I don't know. It's a combination of plussing and then minus 9 and then times 9 or something.
That's not fair.
You can look it up. It's really interesting.
With the name of your island is just left click and it will let you change it.
No.
I mean, it will let you change it and then
Yes.
it will just change it back. Sometimes you can change the name but it reverts back to the AI generated name. Okay, it's a glitch.
Oh, it's a glitch. Oh, nice.
Fortunately, it's a glitch. Otherwise, we would think we were going crazy.
Crazy.
I've noticed that you're pretty good at keeping yourself financially solvent. I play these games and I always get in the most horrible financial distress, especially in the beginning phase. I'm like always waiting for those next dollars to drop in to even just buy something. But maybe this game is a bit more forgiving, or it
is a bit more forgiving.
Well, maybe you're just a really good financial
But
manager.
it's basically if you keep this in plus and basically already always have a surplus of people, they bring in money.
How are we? Oh, the people are bringing us money.
Yeah.
Okay.
They generate income.
They pay taxes.
Plenty to get stuck into.
Do we get to increase taxes, or how does that work?
No. Well, there are not directly. You can't there's not a slider over here. But later on, you get workers' unions and stuff like that, and you can.
They're going to be difficult about it, basically.
Yeah. No, but you can sort of upgrade your worker union, and then you can implement like tax laws and.
This all sounds so complex. You
It
get
is
to
very
upgrade a union, worker union, and therefore you get to implement.
No, you
tax laws.
need to build a worker union, for instance. And then you can buy these books from NPCs, and these books you can equip in Worker Union. Basically, just like you do over here. You have these items you can buy.
Okay, so basically what happens is, I mean, maybe we're probably not going to get to that phase in these.
Oh, we can make a trade union already over here, or even.
What is it? What is it about?
Oh, we have no available. Okay, I'll show you the.
With items, attach items here to provide bonuses to production.
Yeah. So I don't think that we can buy these things from someone
This is the feverish
because we have no trade rights yet.
Just how is your conscience?
No. Or maybe. No. Oh wait. See, this is equipped in a town hall.
Alright, okay, I see.
Affect churches, range 10%. So these are sort of items you can equip in certain
In this
buildings.
case, they're people.
Yeah.
Sure. So, in certain, for example, workers' unions, you get to equip certain ideological items.
Oh well, that was a town hall. I was mistaken, but
Okay.
apparently it's called a town hall. I think it's in the next tier. I think it's artisan tier.
Basically, you get to, and because there is this ideology shared there, they want to pay more taxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, because I'm doing such an ace job in this game, we can already upgrade to artisans.
Okay.
So
You're gonna try and tell me that we're gonna do colonize a new world. Right?
because we have all the
We've
required.
got soap. I think artisans need to be
We
clean.
have bloody sausages.
They need some bloody sausages. They need fish, of course. They also need to be educated because workers don't need to be educated, but in fact, artisans need to be. All right. Good.
So, what building do you want to be upgraded first?
Oh, this is of course a major. Yes.
It's my major thing.
Yeah, okay,
or not
okay.
a major. I just like
I would say on the outskirts of town.
on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they're like, oh, you know, all these people. That one.
Yeah, but this needs to be upgraded to workers first.
So do it.
Yeah, but then it takes time.
Alright, then one next to it then.
This one, maybe. That's not on the outskirt.
Well, it's close to the market.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
This one.
That's.
Game saved.
Is there one close to the school? Where's the school?
The school's over here.
Oh yeah, right. All right.
This one then.
Then yes, that's nice. That's a nice one.
You reached a new milestone.
Age of fine craftsmanship. Honestly, I don't know why they call it an age, because you know we're in the 19th century.
Yeah. Fair enough.
On the other hand, you know, a bunch of
Shake your
geologists
booty
recently
out of
voted
Angliani's
that we were going
waters,
to be
or
calling
she'll
a
blow a hole in your
tiny
mizzen.
speck of a period in which humans actively created geological changes.
And
We're gonna call it the Anthropocene. So
Yeah.
you know,
That's humans for you.
that's humans.
We're so important.
We want to have ages and you know.
There we go. A new expedition is
A
available.
bold new expedition, Admiral. It's bold. It's not that people already done this in the 15th century, but it's
from
bold.
here to the precipice, the edge of the world.
Wait. Everyone knows where the New World is. However, not everyone has heard of this bounteous and uninhabited archipelago. So there's this place out there in the wilds that is just uninhabited. Okay, it's just nobody's there. Basically, so we're talking 19th century here. That's basically like the Falkland Islands then, which were not very bountiful.
Freshwater babes know that the rivers.
There are still to this day.
There are still some islands undiscovered, no?
No, not undiscovered.
At that time?
At this time. Oh yeah, at this time, sure.
But not like whole continents, obviously.
Try to
The
work
psychiatrist wants
more
me to try to
with
work more. Oh, okay.
others.
It's just, okay.
I suggest working in straight lines.
In this time, there were still
Maybe an archipelago? That's very big for
No.
being undiscovered.
No, and I don't think actually in the 19th century there were many islands still like truly undiscovered. That's asking a lot.
I guess so. So,
I can. Yeah, no, because even islands
I'll never
nowadays
get
that are
seasick.
that are really in the middle of nowhere, like St. Helena or Tristan da Cunha. they were known, they were charted already. Just not really of much. Well, I mean, in fact, Cinderella was of quite in the 19th century of quite political interest because, of course, they stuck Napoleon there as a punishment.
Yeah.
But otherwise, these. So yeah. Anyway, there's in the New World, by the way, which also then means that it would have been around America. That's the New World.
Yeah.
There were no undiscovered islands in the 19th century in America.
Yeah, that works better in 1400.
Yes. Yes, a bit.
Only a bit. Anyway, we know this, of course. It's a sort of... I don't know why they put it in. It's a nice mechanic. I like it. You'll see it. But it's a bit strange that you have
From an ideological point of view and an historical point of view, it's strange. Historically, it's strange because it just didn't happen anymore in the 19th century. I mean, sure, entrepreneurial ventures to places that were inhabited happened plenty.
Yeah, obviously, but that's not what they are going for here.
No, I think that they're not going for it here because, of course, if it is inhabited, that's another political. Then you're actually doing the colonization type where you're displacing people that are already living there, and that's something, of course, that they don't want to go for here because that's a thoroughly political issue, and it's just a whole rotten thing to do. I think we can agree on that. So, yeah, it's what are you doing right now, by the way? The rations, you need to give them enough rations.
Well, basically, you're going on a mission.
Yeah.
And you have a sort of success rate.
Yes.
Right? So it's 52%, which is not that high. So you can equip your ship with equipment or bonuses, and that provides certain things. So after we set on, we start our quest, and then you get these sort of mini games, sort of narration-based mini games.
Okay.
And you sort of need to put in medicine because something happened or something, and you need medicine, and then you have a success rate, and otherwise the quest drops.
I get it. Yeah.
It's just basic D&D stuff.
Yeah, you've got the well, it's basic board game stuff.
Board game
you've got the item, and in this case you can craft stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have medicine yet, I guess.
No, but we can use soap as medicine. But it provides only 15 medicine, so that's not much.
Sure. You can use what as medicine?
Soap. It's good enough.
Doctor, I've got scurvy. Well, that's fine. We're just gonna wash you and you'll be fine.
Well, they better make do. Because there they go.
Hey man, it's the 19th century. I'm sure they thought soap was a medicine. Nice. Medicinal soap.
Yeah.
Are they gonna eat it when things go wrong?
I don't know. That depends on what will happen.
Okay.
We will know in a couple of minutes, I guess.
That's why I think. I mean, this is always where games break down a little bit for me. Is they're trying to make this fun, like you've got to have multiple items, but they don't want to make it too hard because you don't want to have this medicine that you can only have like way later in the game. No, you can also just substitute soap for it, and then I'm like, why call it medicine or something? Either like just call it something else.
Hygiene,
yeah, or like I don't know, welfare, or I don't know even what to call it. But I mean, I don't have to come up with the right word right now because they're designers. They should think about these things. And it really just breaks it down for me. Why? I would never think just doing it by myself of putting soap in the medicine slot. Just would never ever do that. Anyway, but I mean I like it because it is not just you sending out your ship.
No, but there's also like different values attached to it, right? So soap only has a 15, whatever it's called, value.
I know, sure, but then if it's different values, what is it the value towards? I mean, not in the 19th century.
Medicine.
Either. Yeah, no. But medicine, like, of course, not really, but not even historically. Was soap anything to do with medicine? I mean, no, anyway.
I get what you mean.
I mean, it's little rants like this, but that's sort of where I like my games to be sort of clicking into each other. Mm-hmm. But I can see how this game is sort of walking this tightrope between being realistic in the sort of aesthetic sense of it, but not realistic in any sort of.
Nope.
Well, I ran out of this space. Yeah, just whatever. It's trying to back up something. No worries.
Be close.
Yes, just close it. But not in any sort of the simulational way of things.
Mm-hmm.
Which is absolutely fine. I mean, there has to be a game for everybody, of course, but it's probably also because I've been playing once again a lot of the Europa
To
Universalis,
the edge of the world.
which is a bit about the same type of process. I mean, of course, Victoria is actually the game that sort of speaks more particularly to this era, the 19th century, of the Paradox games. But flatter
I
you.
could simply go to press.
Oh, yeah, you need to look at this.
Impeccable
Well-
timing, as always.
Innate differences between us. One is a pirate. We are,
There are some differences, like
So,
hopefuls apart.
but why is it giving us probably disorder?
Because I think they are scared.
Okay, accept that.
That's what I can imagine happening. So one of the new sort of big things we need to build now, or get access to, is windows, because for all the other buildings on this one particular.
It's interesting, as we said before we were playing this, we don't really know much about the 19th century in specific, and this to me is a really interesting addition because I'm sure that these people looked into this. That makes me, there it goes, or little Emir, off to Lesbos.
The New World Expedition. Bye, Aris.
Bye, Aris. Off to archaeologify an uninhabited country or whatever. Maybe it's inhabited, but
We don't know yet.
but what was I saying? Klein? So Windows. Why is that? I mean, canned foods clearly a very important thing.
Windows are also important.
I guess they are, but I mean, like the other stuff, the other goods before that you sort of could go for, like steel. And can you look at the other chains of the previous eras, basically ages? Like weapons, beer, breeze. Those all to me
That's
seem
not
to be significant, like improvements of life or whatever you want to call it. And I mean, Windows clearly are as well, but it seems like a weird thing to put in there.
No, but it's the same as wood or as bricks. It's just a basic building material that you need for buildings. Look, if you click on workers, you can build paved roads, you can build bricks, but you can also build steel beams. And steel beams, you need steel beams for other types of buildings to be built.
Wait, so basically, the argument here is, in game design terms, that wood, so planks basically, what do they call it? Lumber. So the first farmers have timber. Okay, so timber is to
Wood.
wood. But timber is to bricks. What bricks are to windows, in the sense that it's like the next evolution of building material is glass in your house. So what artisans are typified by having windows. I guess okay. I guess I can sort of light for working conditions,
stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's clearly you have to have much more money to actually be able to have windows in your house, because if they break, they're costly, and to install they're costly. I'm now really curious what the next level of thingy will be.
Thingy?
Yeah, literally of production thingy. So what will engineers be associated with?
I don't know on top of my head. It's been a long time.
Oh, cool. Well, we don't have to know. We can just find out.
Yeah.
It's interesting
We will
how they.
find it out.
I mean, because of course that's some of the things from a game design point of view that you end up committing to. If you want to evolve stuff, you have to always evolve everything. So you have to have a new idea for everything in every age or whatever phase of your game. So we can get aboard with timber. Wooden houses versus brick houses. There's a certain evolution in there, at least according to the Three Little Pigs.
Yeah.
but the step is of course much more like tangential to make when you go from brick as a building material to glass as a building material. Still, I can get on board with it. I can get on board with it. Talking about being on board with it. Where's our ship?
It's still on the way, man. It's very slow.
I can't wait.
It's just like the real Emir.
Well, you know, crickets. Actually, you know what? I liked it. But well, you know, I don't really have a good joke thing. It's more because I always make horrible jokes.
Okay.
I guess you're just gonna get victory now.
Thank you.
Can you zoom out for a moment and just look at our little shippy? You know what I think is interesting?
Oh, it's almost there. Or maybe
Will this landscape change to that type of landscape? Or will this always look the same?
You will see.
Yes, okay, I wanna see.
Time to rummage in the old sea chest.
There's no quest yet. They are just getting there. You will get a notification when something's up.
Because of course they call that one thing the new world and then versus the old world. Which I mean we didn't even discuss this, but just to put it out there, old and new world, Europe and America are only old and new relative to us. Putting Europe.
Obviously, it's a very Western-centered view.
It's a very European point of view that the European world was old, and then you know the world over there was completely new. You know, people there were new as well. I mean, they were clearly not as old the civilizations there as we were. Obviously, they were. We know now archaeologically, or not quite as old in terms of like cities, but quite old already. Like first cities in Mesoamerica, for example, really you'll find them 2 centuries before the roughly 2 centuries before the 2 millennia, sorry, before the start of the before Jesus Christ, basically. AD is what I'm trying to say. No, BC is what I'm trying to say.
Before Christ.
Before Christ. So it's pretty damn old civilization. But of course, it was called new. Because
By us.
we were there and like
From
hey,
our point of view,
this stuff is new for us, and that sort of stuck. This idea of new worlds that are there to be discovered.
yeah.
But in particular, I think that there's also something that literally was remarked upon in the traveling accounts or the accounts of discovery, is that for Europeans visiting it, those worlds genuinely looked newer. There are people remarking, for example, on the fact that mountains and forests and everything just look literally less old. Like, it seems much more
really?
fresh. And that's actually what, if you zoom out.
That's interesting. I haven't heard about that theory.
Yeah, that's not a
It's not
theory.
even a theory. But
It is something that literally remarked upon, like that they were much more impressed by the savageness of it all, and where it wasn't civilized yet. It wasn't old in that sense. Literally, even they remark about like these mountain ranges. They're wild and rocky. They're the Rocky Mountains, quite literally, instead of the Alps, which is the Alps, of course, had already been part of the cultural memory for quite literally time immemorial. They were already part of the Roman. They were a central part of the Roman era, but even if you look at this map now, if you zoom out, spacebar basically. This looks fresh and new, the new world, and then the old world. Just look at it. It's deforested. This is a
More green,
vibrant green. It's much more, but also much more sort of pronounced mountain ridges, like the.
Yeah.
That's
well,
it.
yeah, that has mountain ridges too, but I see what you mean with this archipelago in front of it,
Exactly.
and the turquoise.
Turquoise seas. I mean, of course, part of it is genuinely the case because
Yeah, okay, but it all makes part of this picture.
This looks new, this part of the world,
Yeah.
and that part of the world looks old. Which I think it's a nice visual touch, a visual metaphor that they went with, which is already very old to begin with. Anyway, that's that.
It's beastly, Admiral.
What? What?
Well, what do you want to do, man?
I kind of want to.
Could it be the Kraken?
No,
Do you
it
want
is
to
not
kill
the
it?
Kraken because there is
Outrun
no,
it.
Yes, just outrun it.
Because we don't have any hunting.
I know, but I want to almost kill it just to find out because from a game perspective I want to kill it because I'm sure that if we outrun it, it will never tell us what it actually was.
You don't know.
Oh, hey, click outrun it. Bird-beaked nest of serpent. 2 clock tower hive. What is this part of the game? All of a sudden it becomes like Lovecraftian.
It's not really Lovecraftian.
Well,
it's
I'm sorry.
It's just very,
Listen, bird-beaked nest of serpents below. It's it's not entirely Lovecraftian, I will grant, but still piston-like pursuit. It is very rich in metaphors. What I'm trying to say.
Exactly. It's very rich written.
Ink black
Richly
pupils swam delirious.
But this is only about this particular encounter. But there are lots of encounters which doesn't involve piston-like pursuits.
And it's, by the way, that almost sounds pornographic now.
Yeah, I know.
But
but it's very, how do you call it? Fluffy, as in the way it's
Fluffy.
written. It's very
I like, by the way,
D&D
I like, by the
narrative
way,
written.
from once again from a metaphorical point of view, from a symbolical point of view, is that this sort of stuff, which just does not happen in the old known world, happens when you go to the edges of the map, quite literally, to the new place, when you travel on this liminal sea. All of a sudden, this game is like, hey, we can do fantasy too, because this is clearly fantasy. It's never anything like a Kraken lived in world history. I mean, maybe way back in terms of time of the dinosaurs, but not in human history. In time to say. I mean, there's big octopi, but nothing that could pull down a ship or anything.
True. I think, but I also think that this is sort of at that outer reach of where it goes, this game.
But I think it's interesting that literally this is where the most outreach of where it goes is when in fact the game is at its liminal in a spatial sense.
Yeah.
And that's once again, this is games like this are really about not about history, but about or how we want to live history.
How we see it, or how we envision history.
It's
basically.
about contemporary history telling. It's us telling history to us.
Yeah.
And which is, there's nothing. It's not a critique. It is just.
It's what it is.
It is, but at the same time, what is a bit of a critique maybe then is that it situates itself realistically.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next.
Yes.
Because this is a whole discussion, especially
yes.
in combination with other Ubisoft games.
Yes. Oh, that's true. We'll save that for the latter.
But let's at least continue with, or we can also return home after this
after
dreadful experience.
Dreadful. Some sailor had a bit too much rum. I guess that's a little subtext here.
Yeah.
Somebody drank too much rum.
So to continue, it just costs morale basically. But it usually
them.
costs 10. But
Feed them.
we'll feed them.
They've just had a Kraken encounter.
Yeah. Okay, that was
Kind
it.
of weird,
Now
by the way.
now
Like
it
that they have
continues.
this Kraken encounter so close to land. Why did they just not go ashore? Anyway, cool. I like the thing that they're doing there. But where can you build new ships, by the way?
Shipyard.
Okay.
But next. I don't even know if it's an artisan. Yeah, maybe. I think so. Oh, we can even build a small harbor already.
What is a
actually.
small harbor?
Well, there you can build ships.
Ah,
A sailing shipyard.
Alright, so you actually end up building a small harbor which you get to attach other items to. Just as with the pig farm.
Attach other items.
Well, sorry. Oh, but are you now just building a small harbor?
You can
that
build a
is-
small harbor, and then I can click on this and actually order a sailing
or
ship.
you could order these other things.
Yeah, we can build.
What is the other thing? A K.
A key?
Oh, okay. And that is
Quay.
a
right?
K. Okay.
K.
Yeah. Key is in a small island. A K
Yeah,
is,
Quay.
is a Kai.
A depot. So we can increase our
Oh yeah.
storage space, Harbour Master's office, mounted guns. We haven't even.
Gone into combat yet? No.
No.
Okay, just build a sailing shipyard. I like that.
Yeah.
I was
We
not-
don't have enough bricks, and it's also already past. Oh, it's only 60. It's 60. Oh, we need bricks then.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, but we have a sort of brick deficit, so this is what I was building. In the meantime,
one thing that I was wondering about.
Yes.
I mean, now all of a sudden we lacked steel beams, but whatever, that was the game gating it for us. This is the first time I actually realized that something that we want to build, we cannot build because we don't have the resources for it. Is that because this game is just really forgiving, or because you've played so much of it that you just know how to space your resources out?
a bit of both.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you say now we have a brick crisis, but it's the first type of crisis that we have had of this kind.
We had a sort of shortage of wood in the beginning as well.
Yeah, okay, but that's also kind of normal, of course, because you just.
But there comes a time when I know this from this game and other Anno types, is that, or Anno games, is that at some point you usually start with like 2 lumberjack huts and a sawmill.
Yeah.
And at some point in the game you really need to upgrade that so you have a bit more raw material, building material coming in, because you are going to need to build more buildings because the production chains are going to be bigger, right? So you need more of everything basically.
Yeah.
So this is the stage that we're going to upgrade. I already built more lumberjacks and sawmills.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
and now I build more bricks because it's going
it seems
slowly.
that you're never really short of much.
No, at least steel is going all right.
Yes, for sure. And I guess that timber is already at its max then with 75.
Yeah, unless we
build a
upgrade.
depot, yeah.
We upgrade with a depot. You can do that.
The depot, yeah, do it. Can you just put it in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah.
Why?
Idea is that you connected everything towards a nice big looking harbor space. For instance, like this.
And then you build a quay. Ah, okay.
I can't.
Well, you can't do that because of course you need bricks for the quay.
We can build this. And then we're gonna build a mounted gun at this spot.
Okay.
It's gonna be real cool. Or here.
Yes.
You see, so this is it's really cool. I like this part, obviously.
Sure.
See, and now we already have 81 wood. Or timber.
You got wood?
Yeah.
Game say.
In the meantime, we're gonna...
In the meantime, we can also talk about
Flatter.
something else. Are you gonna be playing
And flatter.
World of Warcraft Classic?
No.
Aye, the big
Not
wigs
happening?
have the weapons.
I've never
But we
played
know
World of
how to
Warcraft.
slash.
As well, and people are well aware of if they are value followers.
I am a
I
very
played it.
serious
There was
man.
this quaint discussion in our Slack in one of our Slack channels
Yeah.
about people calling dibs on certain servers and certain modes of playing, PvP, PvE.
Untold perils.
I'm sure you were probably a PvE player when you were playing WoW.
No, I started on a PvP server actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nothing good. It's not
Yeah.
like
And
me.
actually, the PvP in World of Warcraft, at least in vanilla with Warzone Gulch and stuff, it was really good. It was really good.
Actually, you are a PvP player as well. We played Destiny together and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
I don't mind a little PvP now and then, and also the PvP, especially on those servers, were really forgiving.
Okay.
Also in the beginning,
So,
I think.
I mean, you didn't mix in the debate. I also don't really care what server we're gonna pick. You should play, by the way.
I didn't participate in the debate because I'm not planning on playing. I like it. I like the fact that they are giving out this game, and that it's becoming a real thing. I think
They're
it's
not
really,
giving it out.
No, or they're
Publishing.
publishing it, and they're
Sure.
how do you call it then? Like opening up the possibility for players to
on
play the
being
vanilla
honest.
version again.
Yeah, publishing. You can say publishing or yeah. It's a good question. How do you?
No, also because they're answering a call from players to re-release this vanilla version.
Yeah, or
You know?
even more than just a call. They're actually just doing it because otherwise, players would just do it anyway.
Or run their own servers. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. No, I'm way too busy to dive into that at this moment.
I'm also way too busy, but I'm still gonna try and play it.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
It is fun.
I'm gonna just. I mean, I will never get beyond level 5, and like Chilla and Aris, they will be like, "What, dude? Play more! You need to." I'm like, "Yeah, man, sorry, I can't." But I wanna.
You want to experience it.
I wanna experience. The thing is, I mean, obviously, World of Warcraft is a great game still, but I don't wanna. I missed out. I actually specifically missed out on World of Warcraft because I didn't think it would be a great idea for my studies to actually start playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the
Good choice.
I'm not very well known for making choices like that. This
was one of your better ones.
There was actually in a weird part of my life there was a lot of responsibility when I was around like 20ish, 22ish. That I was genuinely like thinking much more about these things than I often am now.
Interesting.
But well, actually, I'm not doing this sort of stuff now. Even I'm making a special exception for World of Warcraft Classic, particularly because I didn't indulge then, and I just want to know what I missed back then.
It's just an anthropological study.
No, it's not anthropological. It's partly anthropological in the sense that I want to know
yourself.
what all these people are so crazy about, and anthropological for myself. Angusological.
Yeah.
No, it's like giving something back to the responsible 22-year-old me.
Sure.
That's
Okay.
what it is about.
Okay.
That's what it is about. And you should do the same. Because you're a responsible chap. You also stopped playing it at some certain point. You're very responsible now. He says.
Yeah, but
I mean, you only have 60 hours in Anno 1800. That's very responsible of you.
No, but I know I am really aware with the lure of MMOs,
Yeah.
and it's a special kind of trickery, and I'm very susceptible to it.
I know. You know what?
I bought a house. I just bought some new music equipment. I want to make some new tunes, and that's also important for me.
It is, but it almost seems like
Trivial.
No, not trivial, not at all. Actually, no. I think I don't want to. For me, there's not a hierarchy of needs there or values there. No, it's more about. It almost seems like you would like World of Warcraft Classic so much again that you would not be able to contain yourself.
Yeah, partly, and I also know from experience that it is just a big time sink.
Yeah, but I mean, it can be a big time sink. But I'm gonna play it, as I said.
Yeah, but I know what it is.
Yeah.
I already know how much time it'll cost.
Yeah, but
I've been there. I've played vanilla, so I'm not.
But it will not. I mean, my point is more. It won't cost time that you won't give it or don't have.
That's true.
So in my case, it can cost all the time at once. But there's a daughter that needs food. There's courses that need teaching, and even if I'm really honest, there's articles that need writing or streams that need doing. There's all sorts of other stuff. Mm-hmm. So basically, the time I have for something like World of Warcraft is, in a good week, an hour a day at most. And we're talking a good week here.
Yeah.
And I think probably for you it would be the same because if you care enough about your music making, you care enough about making your house into a nice place, then it's also probably going to be an hour a day.
Exactly.
You're going to spend an hour with me.
I will consider it.
Good. That's all I want to know. The cry of my what? What? Crazy stuff. This is an uninhabited island. What? An uninhabited archipelago. What are mines doing around this island?
I don't know. Maybe they're not there yet.
No, they're there. A cry of mines all rush to the prow. Sure enough, several of the conical terrors bob seductively below. We know how many of these infernal machines have passed us by or yet await us. A false move, and the sea shall be a lake of fire. What the devil do we do? I think, by the way, what they should have done is they should have made that travel to the New World on the sea much longer and have these things there. Because for me, visually, we are already in the New World.
Yeah,
so what the hell is...
That's true.
Okay, that's a minor gripe. But also, major gripe. Literally, this is... I could get on board with the fantastical experiment of the Kraken. But what the hell is a minefield doing around an uninhabited archipelago? There's something strange afoot here. Alright. Okay.
It's all random, of course.
Go through diplomatic papers in search of any clues. Okay. Oh, wait, that's actually... I like that. I kind of like that.
We don't have a plus for this, though.
So basically you're saying this is an uninhabited archipelago, but you know, if you just look around your diplomatic papers, you may actually find out which nation put the stuff here. It's still all sort of wonky, but okay. Try to navigate the minefield, of course.
You can also take. I mean, we can take a little bit of a hit. You want?
How many of these things do you have? Like
Usually 4 or 5.
no, just navigate the minefield.
Okay.
Yeah.
An alliance between competitors has ended.
Whoops.
Game saved.
A metallic scraping is not a prelude to a mighty boom. Fitfully steered betwixt the mines, hearts palpitate and sailors' wings sweat from their jerseys. When the all clear is finally given, there's not a sailor who fails to offer up a prayer to their goddess. To their goddess? Right. Anyway. I like this.
Continue.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Very good.
Okay. We're getting there.
Yeah. What do all these...
Oh, we need much more workers.
Ah, yes, I was...
Farmers.
Why actually do
I've
we
not
all
been
of a sudden
paying
need more farmers?
I think because I build a lot of stuff.
What sort of stuff did you end up building?
I
then?
build more bakery. I build this whole section. I build a couple of
what is that? Sheep?
sheep
There ain't
and
enough of
Okay.
We put our love
And
into
warehouses also take farmers? Or what do they do?
no, warehouses do
Who
nothing.
needs a
Or they
warehouse, you do?
they're just a
They
place?
just are just a place that distribute goods, basically. We can build one here. There's already one
There's
there.
already one there. Take it away. It's not very pretty. I probably just need to connect the roads. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, but we need much more farmers. Let's... You see how I'm sort of progressing into this location here?
Is that what you call it? Progress?
That's what I call
Look
it.
at that nice little heath. And you're just like, yeah, plump some farms on. Nice though.
Don't be difficult. It's all in the name of progress.
Progress! Ooh, a real cul-de-sac there. Very nice. Very nice. Oops. So you can also make non-dirt roads, right?
Yep. We don't have that much bricks yet.
So, but what
Many bricks.
that many. So, but the purpose of that is of course to create faster traffic.
Exactly. So usually,
And it looks nice.
and it looks nice. But usually you start doing this in high sort of density production areas like this or this.
Yeah.
So it speeds up. You can actually see.
And of course in the main. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. And of course in the main thoroughfare of your town.
Yeah, obviously, but that will come at a later stage because that's not really important. Only it is important for firefighters and police when they need to get to their
Interesting,
destination.
yeah. So basically, the people in there, in contrast to other games like this, the people don't need to travel to their work.
No, it's
It is-
just no. They are here, and it's just a number
Yeah.
generated.
Yeah. I have to say, and it's not a dig on the game, but it seems to be a bit less, in that sense, crunchy than other games of its time. Where often it's like, hey, the builder has to go to work,
Yep.
but not within range. But it's much more automatic. It's like you have the workers; they will easily
They will
find
find their way.
They will find their way
Yeah,
as long as there's a road connected and you don't even really see them walking.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah. It's not the same as City Skylines. for
Yeah,
instance, or
exactly.
something.
So is Anno always like that, or is this one of the sort of like the evolutions of the series in which people just generally are?
No, I think it's always been like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to say, it seems to me to be a very relaxed game.
It is.
You still need more farming.
And again, you haven't heard the soundtrack yet.
Workforce shortage.
There's still farmer.
Yeah, I'm working on it, but I mean,
But it's
there was a big shortage, and
one of the things that I really liked about Tropico is actually that, you know, if there was a shortage, these people actually had to arrive by steamboat. So basically by boat to your island. And you would only get, you know, only when the boat arrived would you get a drop of new migrants. I thought that was a neat little hurdle in the gameplay, because it's like, okay, yeah, actually we are on an island and there's not any new people arriving. I mean, sometimes kids, yes, but like a major source of an island's population when you're just settling something is simply immigration, of course. Anyway.
yeah,
I really like how you keep it looking nice. Like, lots of green.
We careen into the unknown. Uncertain
Arr,
shores.
the fugitive. Wait. Game, make up your mind. Are we going to an uninhabited archipelago or not? Local authorities. What local authorities?
we're still going there. Maybe we aren't there yet.
But there were no other islands on the road. Local authorities. But even for the fugitive you've taken in. What you mean the fugitive? Alright. Oh wait, a man offered you a service in the port, saying he'd do any odd job for some food and a chance to join the crew. The captain agreed to take him on. He soon grew on your sailors, working hard and fitting in wherever needed, but above all he has proved a man of principle, a champion of the Vermont law, and as such the crew have learned to respect his silence in the matter of his past. Alright, they'll have to fight you for him, okay. Offer to pay the fugitive's bail, hand over the fugitive. Of course we're not doing that because this is a man of principle. And we cannot hand him over to local authorities because there are none. Because we are in an uninhabited archipelago.
Maybe these local authorities are indeed not even authorities.
Maybe that's it. But I mean, there's not even people there. So anyway, it doesn't matter.
Fighting?
Yeah, go for it. Shoot them out of the water because you're a man of principle. The officials seem undone. Oh, I think we have little to fear from a ship that's ill-equipped ill-equipped yours. As ill-equipped as yours. Ubisoft, patch this error. Still from your hostility, it's clear you're hiding the man we seek. Oh, we sort of gave the game away. Now, do you really want to refuse to give them up? Demonstrate it.
Kablam!
Point blank exchange. Ooh, in which your ship manages to get the first shot. Disabling half the man opposite. Is not so crippling as it might have been. All over, someone gives them a good old shove overboard, forcing the other ship to return to rescue them. Your crew make their escape. Okay, I will... Well... decline. Oh, sorry, no phone during streaming. I will burden you no further, says the fugitive warily. Please allow me to alight at the next opportunity. Oh, okay. We just killed half a crew, and you're like, no.
Now he's bailing out.
I'm like done.
But it took a hit on our morale, but we're still okay, I guess.
Yeah, of course it takes a hit on our morale. We just killed like a lot of people, and the guy like, yeah, I'm done. Bye.
The dreams of millions are
My
shattered.
morale is down.
Aww.
The dreams of
Meanwhile,
millions are
our
shattered.
deficit is also down.
That's good. You don't really care about the quests that these other dudes give you, right?
Not at the moment. It's not significant yet, I think.
Okay.
It will become much more significant later on in game, but meanwhile our balance and everything is going down, and so there's stuff I need to focus on first. For instance, we have a shortage on workloads, which I was addressing by building more knitters.
You've been playing for 2 hours.
There's a shortage of workforce, so you know it's all. And this is just the second level of
the
of
balance
this
is
game.
going down quickly though.
Yeah, we need to Get our shit together, basically. I will get there.
Oh, you're gonna go into the red? Maybe not.
Nah. Once the knitters will pick up again, because the income is very tightly linked to the shortage of everything. So when this goes up, sort of the balance goes up as well, like really quickly.
Really? Why?
Look,
why?
you
Why
can
is
see it
that?
over here already. Farmers. Well, they pay less when there's a deficit for items.
You'd think that they'd pay more for the items. if you believe in the laws of.
Yeah, but that's not what it is. It's not economics, I think, in that sense.
What is it then?
It's their satisfaction, which turns into
Into what?
into money. I guess.
I like this. It's basically it's like a resort. We're actually not running a colony at all. We're running a resort. Because we have goods and stuff that they like, they're like, let's give some more money to this resort. Farmers out there that finally we get to wear our nice work clothes again. Now let's give them some money.
Yeah. It's actually a very good point you're making. I always took this for granted, but it's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Interesting. I haven't looked at it that way. Because I now build these things, we still have a...
I mean, it's an example of how the type of games that we play them in two ways. We play them both in the sense that we're engaged in the story of building a city, but all of it has to make sense. So some of it is literally about, we know the game mechanic that if this is alright, then that number will go up. And we don't really ask any questions about how it has to do with building a society or a city or whatever. That only
It's not SimCity.
Well, but I'm sure that even if you go digging around in SimCity, you'll find weird things like this.
Yeah, sure. It's inherent to
It's
being
inherent
a game.
to building a system that somehow has to work.
Yeah.
In game terms, it has to be fun. Anyway,
Fancy making hay while the sun shines, master? You can make better what's already gold.
Okay.
like this. Also, in the 19th century.
Well, take a photo of newlywed. Okay. Aw. Where are they then?
There, probably. There they are.
Aw. A bit.
A humble
There's a
wedding.
three-leg goat.
20 clothes! Yes, we needed this!
Their quaint wedding at the local church. A quaint wedding. So, in the hierarchy of things, it is better than. Here we go. A quaint wedding is better than a fair wedding, but it wasn't quite a curious wedding. It's nice enough, but we're still remaining deeply weird, according to this game.
And look, and with the clothes.
People pay taxes again.
Oh no! What's happening?
I don't know. Something is bouncing up and down, my friend.
Yeah.
And it ain't you making music.
All hands at the ready.
Let's see, it's the schnapps. But we already took care of that, so that will pick up shortly, I guess. We still have bread.
There's another little arrow down up there.
No.
There. It's here. It's millstones. What is it even?
This wool. That's decreasing because we built knitters.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
this should balance out basically.
Can you not like go into a ledger or something and like find out why this thing keeps on balancing like crazy?
No, that's not really there. I can only see that it is a
Not-
farmer's. It's
over
mostly
there.
the farmer's thing that is fluctuating up and down. So then you can click on
Looks like
farmers
part of
and
the
see.
family.
Look, there's a deficit in schnapps,
Schnapps.
and this is all okay.
Alright.
You see, so it is
They
affecting.
they really need
They
some
really
alcohol.
like their snaps,
All right. Well, mysterious. Maybe we
but we are working on that.
maybe we do the thingy quest. All right. Oh.
Wild things pursue us.
Teeth of the mountain. A track leading over these impenetrable mountains should be a
It's
blessing.
all prepared.
Yet your men are having doubts. Your guide, for a start, absolutely refuses to follow the path. In fact, the very idea is guide, by the way. An uninhabited archipelago. Why is there a guide to it? All right, never mind.
Maybe it's a guide, our guide. I don't know, one from our ship who.
Yeah, but how can you be a guide to a place that
Maybe
is
he has experience about
this uninhabited archipelago?
uninhabited archipelagos or
But
venturing into the unknown. You don't
But a
know.
guide is somebody who knows literally the lay of the land. So he knows the lay of the land. So he has been here in this uninhabited island. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna go with it now. Absolutely refuses to follow the path. In fact, the very idea scares him. At the base of the mountain, which juts ferrous and fibrous above the greenery like a chunk of braised meat, is a stone head carved in the rock. It grins awfully, and between its huge non-Euclidean teeth is what happens to be a severed arm. This is okay. Can I not do anything cool if you're in your current expedition status?
We can follow it and see what.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. To the center of a hilltop village. A hilltop village in an uninhabited island.
Maybe you thought it was uninhabited.
That's probably what all colonialists said. Like, we thought this was all of a sudden there turned out to be indigenous people here, like hilltop villages, stuff. All of a sudden.
Yeah, no, it's a good. There's something there.
There's something there.
Yeah, a hilltop village is there.
Clearly. The straw shelters improbably nestled between steep-sided slopes. But it is the appearance of the inhabitants. the uninhabitants. Let's call them the uninhabitants that astonishes. Unlike all the people of all the other people. Unlike all the other non-living there peoples of this great rainforest, they are tall and pale. Wait, blonde-haired and blue-eyed. What can their story be? Someone chuckles only to find their companions are oddly tense. Wait, there's Aryans living in this rainforest.
And we're not the first. Approach
the inhabitants. Just do it. It's based upon an assumption. Hello, she exclaims suddenly. What brings you to these god-forsaken hills? But the villagers cannot understand her. They begin to close in on her. Rescue her. Yeah, this is rescue her. No!
Yeah, but
The enemies take the high ground. Oof! Their guns and projectiles proving rather effective for them. They rush their hostage to the neck of the pass and up onto a large rocky outcrop. It's the perfect cover from which to assault your party. Exposed they are on a bald crest of a slope. The men are dying. It's hopeless to remain. Later, when imagining the fate of the poor diplomat, the survivors cannot help but remember the stone head they saw and the human limb in its jaws. Aryan cannibalist. I like the story. It's I don't know how it takes place on an uninhabited island, but I like the story. Okay.
Not the worst, Manifest.
well, I hope we're all almost there because we don't have that much morale yet.
These fabled lands exist.
Also, the stream is
after
nearly
all.
done.
We'll find out next time
Hey,
then.
these fabled lands exist.
Oh wait,
We're there.
we're there.
Right, maybe save it, and we're gonna do that next time. Cliffhanger, bum bum bum.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
that's nice.
I'm having a lot of fun with this game, partly because it's so nicely inconsistent.
Yeah.
Also because it's clearly a nice and relaxed game that allows you to just, do everything that you want to do.
Yeah.
And can't wait for next week. We'll play a bit more. Maybe I'll even play at some point. I'll play a bit myself. Not in our stream, of course. I don't want to mess with your beautiful time, but just to get the hang of it.
Mhm.
All right, that's it for us. Any last words?
I'm really.
You're blonde-haired, blue-eyed. He's eating me.
I'm
Look at
eating
it.
your arm.
He doesn't eat meat, but he does eat people. All right. With that, we're gonna say goodbye
Bye, guys.
and
See you next
you
week.
in the future past.